So, welcome back. As per usual, Mike being muted. Welcome back to week 3 of Butler Challengers in GGLeagues, facing off against Adrian College in the Division C Michigan Championship for Collegiate League of Legends in GGLeagues. I'm going to run through the Butler lineup real quick before we get into Champ Select. In the top lane, starting for Butler Challengers, is Zefkal, a.k.a. Rabbi Sung. In the jungle, we have Butler Thick, a.k.a. Andolini Casa, in that jungle position. Mid lane, we have Cooper, Coopstar Silhanek. Please correct me if I'm saying that wrong. And in the bot lane position, previously playing support, Manny X, a.k.a. Manuel Alarcon Narva. And in the support position, Azeroth, a.k.a. Kat Lee, filling in to round out the Butler Challengers lineup. This team is 1-1 in GGLeagues, facing off against the 1-0 undefeated Adrian College. So both teams looking for that positive positioning at the end of the night, trying to move their win-loss into the positives. Both teams fighting for that record. We will be getting into Champ Select very shortly, but before we do so, we'd like to highlight some of the matchups here. We have Zefkal in the top lane up against Blunderbump 005. I think this will be a key matchup for Butler. Zefkal, captain of this team, he's been grinding out League of Legends. He's a very, very smart player, been learning the game, and he has a pretty big rank advantage against Blunderbump. Blunderbump Iron 1, while Zefkal is Silver 3. Maybe he'll be able to use some of those, advantages he's learned through grinding the game to net his team a lead through the top lane. Butler Thick in that jungle, very consistent player for Butler Challengers. He's kind of the mentor of this team, helping bring all the other pieces together and teach them, the ways of competitive league. So I'm looking to Butler Thick to have a strong early game presence on that jungle. And Coopstar in the mid lane, freshman, mid laner for the Delta team last semester, is well known for his Nico gameplay and is a very, very exciting player to watch. He will be playing against the Gold 3 Fire is Really Hot, so we're going to have to watch out for that matchup, see how Coopstar will do. Manny X in the bot lane, new to AD carry, but very, very good mechanically. I'm excited to see how Manuel will handle this matchup against Unlucky Star. And finally, in the support position, Azeroth against Flame and Frost. This bot lane matchup as a whole will be very back and forth. Well, very exciting nonetheless between the two teams. And we are now getting into Champion Select. So, here we are. Blue side, Butler will be on. And their first ban is Misfortune. Very powerful AD carry in the meta currently. Almost always first ban, first pick, as she just provides great laning, great teamfight utility. Caitlyn banned away from Manny X, one of his best champions. We saw him on that last week in their win. Aphelios banned away from Unlucky Star, very powerful AD carry in the meta. Kled banned away from Zefkal, one of his main picks, very strong on it. Leona banned away from Flame Frost 5, that is targeted. And Set banned away from Zefkal, one of his strongest picks, double banned towards that top side. And we see a first pick Darius for Zefkal. That pick actually came last in the draft as a counter pick, but because it was drafted on Pro Leagues, we're going to see everything in order. That is a Cho'Gath in the top lane for Blunderbump and Olaf in the jungle. That Olaf was first picked by Adrian College. Warwick locked in for the side of Butler, and Malzahar locked in for Coopstar. That's going to be a very strong pick champion. Just press R, guaranteed kills. Olaf's going to provide some trouble for the Malzahar, as he can run right through the ultimate. As we can see, round 2, Nico banned away. That is a Coopstar special. He has been phenomenal on that champ throughout the league, one of his strongest. So the other team was scared of that. As we can see, Malzahar was picked 4th for Butler University. you aren't able to see, but I am, from the Pro Draft. Ornn Bandaway, that pick is unbeatable. I do not want to see Ornn in these games. That champion is absolutely busted. Vladimir Bandaway from Coopstar. That is a double mid-targeted ban, which is why we see him on this Malzahar. Lux locked in as a counter to that, or Lux locked in the mid lane. Draven bot for Unlucky Star, while we have Ashe and Zyra being locked in for the side of Butler. Ashe, Zyra, powerful lane, dating back all the way to Season 3. You hit that Ashe ultimate at 6, get the Zyra plants going, and you just get kill after kill after kill with that CC and poke combination. But we'll have to see if they can match up against the Draven Morgana all-in. Very, very, very powerful bot lane from the side of Adrian College if they get rolling, if they get that snowball, if they have that early game advantage. But if Butler's able to hold on, has some strong rotations, ganks from that Warwick in the early game, if he's able to get his team ahead and deny this Olaf his early game pressure and lead, this Warwick will definitely outscale the Olaf, be able to have a much bigger impact in team fights, and Butler just has a much more consistent team comp. Adrian College is all about this snowbally, picking fights, and looking for, the big opportunities, where Butler, a lot more consistent, a lot more team-focused, team fight, and probably has better objective control too. Cho'Gath, I will highlight on the side of Adrian College, will be good at securing those Rift Heralds and Dragons if he is in those fights. So before we kick it off into game, we are going to take a quick break, and we will see you all very soon. And we are into game. Butler Challengers versus Adrian College, as we see both teams lining up on the map. 5 point here for Butler University. Same start from Adrian College, but there is a stack in this bush. Looking into these matchups, we see Darius versus Cho'Gath top lane. That is look at that, GLHF U2. It's great to see teams get along. So, as you can see in the top lane, we have Darius versus Cho'Gath. Darius versus Cho'Gath is a pretty non-kill heavy matchup. Cho'Gath is going to try to scale, get some items, get tanky, be a real big team fight threat. Darius, he'll be pushing his early game power, looking for those kills with the ultimate at 6 specifically, but he has a strong early game, a lot of sustain, good damage. So watch out for him to be making plays. In the jungle, we see Olaf starting on the blue side. Bot lane giving a quick leash and blue buff start for both junglers, so that means they will end up on opposite sides of the map, leaving a split map situation where Zefko will be the weak side for Butler. We see this very often. And the bot lane of Ashe Zyra will be the strong side, while it is reversed on the side of Adrian College, where this Draven Morgana will be weak side, which seems a bit odd to me, as Draven Morgana is a lane that you want to be snowballing, and Cho'Gath is very, very difficult to, or not difficult, but not somebody you look to snowball with. But he does have great gank assist to get that Olaf rolling if you can catch out the Darius. So we can see some early poke coming out from the side of Butler. A root lands, but just a little bit of back and forth from all of these laners in the early game, feeling each other out. Coopstar getting rooted up, and Warwick's coming from behind on a gank onto the Lux. Flash burned. Great early gank from Butler. Thick, great map awareness and just knowledge of the matchup. Lux pushes forward and gets punished. Losing her flash, that is a huge early game cooldown, especially against the Malzahar, because once he hits 6, he can just flash, ulti, and she will die. If you call one of your either jungler or support over, she has no defensive spells anymore. Puts her in a very, very vulnerable position once Malzahar gets that Nether Grasp. So Olaf taking a full clear route, while Butler Thick cleared his blue side and has been making plays on the map. Zefko pushing in the top lane, looking for some harass onto the Cho'Gath. Not able to find it. Nice dodge by the Zyra. Looks like Draven and Morgana are pushing the lane, but nice root lands. Movement forward by Ashe, and that is a gank by Butler Thick. First blood going over to the Ashe. All, great gank from Butler Thick, and great play from Butler's bot lane, securing that first blood and getting the Ashe ahead of that Draven. Getting Draven shut down this early is huge. You know, he no longer has priority in the 1v1 once Ashe is able to back and get some items. So as we can see, Olaf coming top lane, gets the knock up onto Zefkul. Zefkul gets Conqueror proc. So does Olaf. Heal comes in from the Q. Olaf pushing forward, gets the axe. Zefkul runs away. Both Cho'Gath and Olaf taking up a lot of minions, and Zefkul able to escape with both summoners burned. But once again, Maniacs caught in the root. Butler's bot lane able to edge themselves out an early advantage with that kill, which is very detrimental for the Draven as he needs to be snowballing early. Zefkul able to still maintain his position in lane after burning both sums to the Olaf. Pulls the Cho'Gath in, W's a minion, Q connects onto the Cho'Gath. Not a great trade, but he's able to heal up and continue pushing the minion wave in. Shoving in his final minions. Zefkul's continuing to play aggressive. This is full push in 3 different lanes. As we also see, Butler Thick on the Warwick is in the enemy jungle, taking a reset, looking for his early game items, I believe. Olaf already back on the map with that Bombi Cinder, trying to get that tankiness built up in early game and just be that unkillable front line for the side of Adrian College. Protect that Draven and Lux. Powerful backline mage and DPS carry. If we look in the top lane, that is a 15 CS lead already built for Zefkul on this Darius into Cho'Gath matchup. This Cho'Gath is not having a good time, just trying his best to farm with Qs. He may have the health advantage right now, but he is way far behind in gold and CS. Knock up once again by Blunderbump. Blunderbump looking for the all-in, and he gets it with the level 6 flash ultimate. Zefkul not able to respond in time, did not respect the burst damage coming out of Cho'Gath, and that is a kill going back over to Adrian College. That kill gives this Cho'Gath a ton of safety in the top lane as he gets that extra max health from the Chomp kill, the Devour. Very, very good for him. He'll be that tanky frontline ultimate used in the mid lane to clear out the wave. Lux looking for a reset as Koopstar is just continuing to push out the mid wave. But with the clearing out wards in the bot side. But yes, once again, we look back to that top lane. We see Cho'Gath picking up the lost chapter. This is an AP Cho'Gath. This boy is going for the all-ins. So take back what I said. This Cho'Gath is still very vulnerable to being all-in. And this is Butler Thick going in on Flame Frost, but Flame Frost has the shield. He cannot connect with the fear. Flash forward by the Olaf. Gets onto Azeroth. Butler Thick running away. But Azeroth roots the Olaf. Maniacs kiting forward. And Azeroth slays Olaf with the help of Maniacs and Butler Thick baiting him in. He just kited... Olaf ran straight into the minion wave, 3 members of Butler and the plants, and got burned down. Just like that, Butler bot lane comes out with another kill. 2-0 in that bot lane. But as I was saying, this is a full AP Cho'Gath. This Cho'Gath is going to be doing massive damage. But it does give Zefkul the opportunity to look for a counter kill as there is no defensive stats purchased by the Cho'Gath. And Darius does a great job at all-inning once he's able to hit that level 6 with the true damage bleed ultimate combo. And finally, we get a lull in some of the action. Blue buff being handed over to Koopstar. Very, very standard mage gameplay in the mid lane. Both mid laners completing their lost chapter. 10 CS lead for the Lux, netting her a boot advantage. Koopstar still has the teleport, and that is a ghost forward. Pull connects by Zefkul. Ult in by Butler Thick, connecting, and that is a dunk and kill for Zefkul. That's what you get with the Lost Chapter buy. Very squishy, and just 2 CC combos kills that Cho'Gath. I'd like to say that was a great ultimate by Butler Thick. A max range on that Warwick ulti. That is not easy to land. This man has mastery of that wolf. Great gank by Butler Thick. Butler Thick using that priority advantage to get the Rift Herald. But Adrian College notes it and answers back with an Infernal Drag. So I would say advantage for Butler, but a nice contest. Flash, root by fire is really hot. Flash away by Koopstar. The Lux does not throw out the ultimate early enough, and he barely escapes death with that flash. Koopstar, quick footwork keeps him alive. Whew, that was close. Koopstar toying with death right now, staying in lane at 300 HP against this Lux. He does have the spell shield for protection, but without flash, he is vulnerable to an all-in combo once again. Azeroth lands another root onto Draven. Maniacs going forward. Ultimate lands, and that is a flash out by Draven, burned for just the ultimate of the Zyra. Bot lane continuing to get advantages on the side of Butler. This Ashe Zyra lane proving to be very, very powerful. Ultimate comes out, lands on Unlucky Star, but Morgana ult comes out just in time. Butler Thick at the same time coming in for a gank on the top lane with the Rift Herald. Fear lands, flash forward by Zefkul, and they're both going forward, and that is another kill onto Blunderbump. Butler Thick gets the kill credit this time. Great gank by the jungler. Great map awareness, and knowing that he can re-gank that flashless Cho'Gath right before it comes up. Especially with that Rift Herald, they're able to get 2 turret plates and almost knock down that top tower. Root lands onto Morgana, pushing her out of tower range, and Butler is just winning the map from all points at the moment. Maniac still poking out that Morgana. And a tower plate claimed by the side of Butler University's bot lane. Pull in by Zefkul onto the Olaf. Olaf's kiting forward. Missed Q by Zefkul. Olaf lands the axe. Alt goes in, gets the Conqueror proc, continues to go forward, and that is a dunk, but not enough. Olaf connects on axe after axe after axe and kills the Darius with the reckless swing. You know, Zefkul there, nice attempt, but he missed the Q, and Olaf was able to capitalize. Blunderbump cashes in on that play from his jungler by securing a tower plate in the top lane. Zefkul building towards that Trinity Force. Butler Thick farming up a storm on this Warwick with the Tiamat, building towards his Cinderhulk. Gets caught out by the Morgana binding. Draven's looking for it. Gets Warwick down to half health. Continues to land, and that is an ult away from Butler Thick. Smart play, getting himself out of that precarious situation. Butler Thick just looking for a recall after that. Was able to clear out the pink ward on the side of Adrian College's River Bush, but Olaf noted that Warwick was bot lane and is now stealing the blue side of Butler Thick. So if he tries to return to that top lane, he won't have any camps to return to. Zefkul pushing up the top lane. Binding lands onto Draven once again under tower, and Maniacs slows him and forces the heal out. That is another summoner burn from these Zyra roots. Unlucky Star just getting caught over and over again by this CC chain of Butler bot lane and unable to make anything happen on this Draven pick. Butler Thick invading the Olaf, catches him at the red buff. Olaf ultimate comes in, and he's continuing to fight Butler Thick, but Butler Thick is just too strong with that level lead on the Olaf. Zefkul also going in onto the Cho'Gath, gets knocked up, gets silenced, and he kites away, uses the ultimate very early, lands the Q. Koopstar's in the top lane, but without flash, he's unable to continue on that play. Koopstar looking for the Lux, Gets the... No, the E is canceled by the Bush Vision. But Warwick is looking for a play, and he wisely backs off and goes for a reset. First tower taken by Zefkul. Although he doesn't have a whole lot of kills, he has been putting so much pressure in on this top lane. Able to get first tower at 13 minutes and all of the plates. Huge for this Darius as he's building the early Triforce. That is just good wave management despite the way the fights have been going. He built himself a gigantic lead against this Cho'Gath. 30 CS. First completed item. I'm curious to see what he will be doing now that the tower is done in the top lane. Looks like he is rotating down to this dragon. Looking for the team fight. Butler Thick fighting over that pink ward with the Olaf. Koopstar coming to assist Butler Thick in clearing out this pink ward. Bot lane collapsing. Everyone is going in on Flame Frost right now, but the 4-man Morgana ult, the 2-man Zyra ulti, and that is a kill by the Zyra Ashe ult lands, and that is Zefkul cleaning up the Olaf, and an ult straight through the root. Butler Thick cancels it, goes on the Lux, 1, 2, 3, 4, and that is Warwick cleaning up the tail end of that fight with a double kill. Butler Thick, the entire squad of Butler firing on all cylinders there, destroying that team fight and crushing the competition of Adrian College. That was beautiful. Butler also securing the dragon and mid tower and pushing in bot wave, all off the back of that great team fight at the dragon pit. Whew! That was a very, very good team fight for the side of Butler Challengers, building themselves a 6,000 gold lead at 15 minutes. This is the ideal start, and it looks like on the side of Butler, Ashe is going to be able to get that Blade of the Runen King, melt through that Olaf and Cho'Gath. Cho'Gath does get some alone time on the top tower. Zefkul caught by the Q, and Cho'Gath getting alone time on the top tower means Adrian College has some sort of answer, but it's not very good to that team fight victory off the side of Butler. As the map slows down, and all the champions are back to their standard positions, we see Zefkul changing focus to that Rift Herald, but almost killed by that Lux combo over the Fog of War. Able to get out safely as he looks for a recall. And that is a lost chapter being picked up from the Zyra, and a Blade of the Runen King completed for Ashe. This Ashe is miles ahead of the Draven in terms of combat effectiveness and lane pressure, and this is not even close in the bot lane. Mid lane, still rather even. Koopstar's net himself a small advantage with those Lucidity Boots and Health Crystal. Jungle, once again, Butler Thick is running trains on this Olaf with a Tiamat. Okay, Manny X getting huge damage on Unlucky Star. But, as I was saying, a Tiamat and Phage advantage for Butler Thick. And Merc Treads completed on the side of the top lane. But Butler Thick going for a gank once again. Spotted out by the Pink Ward and will not continue. Maybe he will. He's engaging onto the Cho'Gath. Butler Thick fighting up. Hits the ultimate. Burning down Blunderbump. Connects with the Q. Hops to the other side. Blunderbump running away with no HP. Flash forward. Butler Thick secures the kill onto the Cho'Gath, giving his top laner the lane pressure once again. And it looks like Butler is going to be going for that Rift Herald now that they have it. But Olaf invading red buff. Koopstar notes him out. Gets the ultimate down. But it doesn't matter because Olaf has his ultimate. And a rotation by Maniacs is able to collapse and get the kill onto Olaf off of the Koopstar collapse onto the red buff. Whoever made that call in game, very, very, very smart, as they not only catch out the Olaf, but protect the remainder of the red side jungle from Butler. Maniacs caught by the binding. Nothing comes of it. And Butler secures that Rift Herald finally. After that top play. And at this point, if you're Adrian College, You're trying to find a way back into the game. That might be it. That is a root landing, but a denial root from the Zyra, from Azeroth, stops the Draven engage as the Black Shield did not come out soon enough. So, for Adrian College, you have to be looking for a way back into this game. And I'm very curious as to where it'll come from. This bot lane could not get snowballing on the Draven Morgana, and they're very weak. They're down a level. And although he has a Bloodthirster completion, Draven does not have a whole lot of damage. This Lux has stayed very, very ahead in levels and XP, but that is Zefko pushing up into the enemy top lane, caught by the jungler and the Cho'Gath as he flash ghosts away, connects. Wait, why are we in the bot lane? Convenes with the mid laner, and they get the ultimate onto. Wait, oh my! What is happening all over the map? Butler is losing mid lane, but they're winning bot lane, and that's a double kill over to the bot lane of Butler and a tower from the Rift Herald play by Butler Thick, but at the same time, both solo lanes for Butler die on a botched escape from a top lane bush cheese from the Olaf and Cho'Gath. Whew! So much is happening all over the map. That was a re-entry into the game from the side of Adrian College. Their top and jungle both securing kills, but at the same time, they continue to fall behind in this bot lane as the Ashe Zyra from Butler just tear up the Draven Morgana bot lane from Adrian College. They can't handle the constant engage and pressure that comes out from the Ashe Arrow, Zyra roots, and big zoning ultimate. And this is another drag coming out in the bot lane from the huge pressure that comes from Butler. But what is Olaf doing? Charging into enemy jungle or enemy dragon pit alone with no help from his teammates. He's just trying for a steal at this point, and he's running straight in. Blue team secures, and that is Olaf getting killed by the Warwick as he runs straight in to Butler challengers, just praying for a steal. As the game slows down again, Maniacs is continuing to farm out these bot waves as the rest of his team goes to the mid lane to push in this last outer tower on the map. No wave available, so Butler will just wisely back off. And I want to take a look at these scorelines. 6-0-5 for Butler Thick. 4-0-4 for Maniacs, and 3-0-4 from Azeroth. 3 carries with huge shutdown values on them. 700, that is a 1,000 gold shutdown if you kill this Warwick. So, a way back in the game for Adrian College is finding these carries caught out of position and just nowhere near the other team. You're going to have multiple members, and it's going to take a minute. But if you can get this shutdown onto Draven with some of his stacks, or the Lux, and she could start stacking up this Dark Harvest, maybe you can fight back into this game. You still have a lot of your towers, and you can wave clear with the Morgana, the Lux, the Cho'Gath, but it's going to be difficult if you're Adrian College. You know, on the side of Butler, keeping these carries safe, right? You have the Malzahar mid, amazing peeler. This guy just does it all when it comes to defending his teammates or finding picks offensively. His ultimate, single carry lockdown like that, forcing the enemy team to buy QSS when they're this far behind, it's just not going to happen. So he can click a button and somebody's neutralized. He also has a silent zoning tool, and nobody really wants to run into a Malzahar. Zefko on this Darius, big juggernaut frontliner, able to peel for his carries and just create space for the side of Butler. If this team's grouped up and team fighting properly, I feel like it's going to be very, very hard for Adrian College to capitalize on any of this just because of how strong the toolbox is for Butler challengers. As we see Butler challengers going still for a 2-1-2 lane assignment, not choosing to have their champions grouped up just yet. We see the bot lane rotating up to the mid lane, trying to crack that final outer tower, as that has been the struggle for Butler in this game, is getting that tower down. Trinity Force completed for Butler. That he will be extremely strong, able to burn through the squishies of Adrian College as Butler Thick casts the W, channels forward, finds the Morgana, and ult, but the ult does not connect. It does not matter as he continues to go forward. Fail flash by Morgana, and Butler Thick flash forward with the Q, connects, and that is a kill, and there is the ultimate from Coopstar. Dunk by Zephycal, and out of here. Bot lane of Adrian College shut down once again, and that feels real bad for Adrian College as Butler is continuing to pick on this Morgana Draven duo. What can they do? Azeroth, Coopstar, Zephycal, and Manny all pushing up the mid lane. The core of the team with Butler Thick in the flank, waiting for an opportunity, looking for that collapse, continuing to strip the jungle of Adrian College while the team, or the squad of Butler Challengers is pushing down that mid tower. Clearing out some wards on the side of Adrian College, trying to regain control before this dragon spawns. Another mountain drag. This is for the mountain soul. It's not soul point just yet, but Adrian College would like to prevent any sort of soul point as they are positioned around this dragon. Wards all up. Butler Thick spots out the Draven, goes forward, hits the ultimate. Draven caught out, and Butler Thick with the half health chomp. Oh my gosh, that did a lot of damage. Olaf caught in between the enemy team. That Zyra ult zoning away. The side of Adrian College does not connect onto anybody, but it gives Butler the opportunity to start this dragon, and Adrian College no contest with another dead 80 carry. They just don't have any damage. This Lux can maybe burst somebody out, but she does not have the consistent DPS to deal with all of these carries on the side of Butler. And it's looking like just more and more Butler favored game. Coopstar and Maniacs pushing in the mid lane as the other three members of Butler clear out that Baron and set up vision control. Darius pushing in the top lane. Warwick stripping the jungle, and Warwick looking for an engage onto the Darius. Olaf, Ashe ult lands, forces the ult out of Olaf. Butler Thick goes in, does not connect with the ultimate because of the black shield. Maniacs kiting away, continuing, and kills the Olaf. That's a double kill for Coopstar, and a one fight for the side of Butler, and the Lux ult close to connecting onto Maniacs. Flash forward, does not connect with the Lux binding, and Maniacs able to escape by the skin of his teeth. Butler Thick looking for the re-engage onto Lux, connects with the Fear, but caught by the root, and that is just a disengage from the side of Adrian College. Whew. 2 kills, once again going over to the side of Butler University, and Warwick caught under tower, looking to burn it down. He is alone. 2 kills going over to the side of Butler University. Adrian College falling farther and farther and farther behind. I'm thinking that soon Butler will go for this Baron, and it will be lights out for Adrian College as they are 11,000 in the deficit now. Lose another mid tower, and just that one top outer or inner is left standing before they are on inhibitor towers. There is still a pink ward on the Baron pit, giving Adrian College vision of the fact that Butler is not doing it, so no dangerous phase checks are needed. And it looks like Butler has finally noticed that and is going to clear it out. Oh, are they starting the Baron? clearing it out, and they just immediately start the Baron. They don't care if Adrian College knows. They're baiting him. They want to fight. Butler challengers are so confident they just want to take the 5v5 at Baron, and it looks like 4 members of Adrian College are collapsing. Cho'Gath on the flank. Baron to 1k. Smited away by Butler Thick, and that is a secure for the side of Butler challengers. Whew. Butler challengers collapsing and converting on that Baron play. Whew. From this point, we have 2.5 completed items on the Ashe. She will be absolutely huge when she gets that 3rd completed item, the Infinity Edge. Zhonya's Hourglass being built for the Zyra. Void Staff or Rylai's on its way for Coopstar. Spear of Visage picked up by Butler Thick with a Elixir of Iron. He is supremely tanky and a huge carry with that Trinity Force Cinder Hulk Tiamat combo. Zefko on this Darius with the Trinity Force, Maw Mortius. He is extremely resistant to that magic damage, able to win that split push 1v1 against the Cho'Gath, who has finally completed his Stone Plate, so he will be a big boy. But, you know, I'm afraid to say it's probably too soon, too little, as the side of Butler already has that Blade of the Rune King completed and plenty of damage to deal with that Cho'Gath. As we see in the top lane, Zefko just running this Cho'Gath down, gets hit by the knockup, and he does not have a whole lot of health built. Olaf coming through, that's a lot of true damage on the side of, but Ward coming into the rescue, connects onto the Cho'Gath and the Olaf, and that is a double kill for Butler Thick. Ultimate by Azeroth, keeping Maniacs alive, but Maniacs drops to the Morgana pool. Flash out by Coopstar, getting the kill, double kill for Butler Thick as he gets another one onto the Lux. He's chasing down the Draven, does not connect with the Fear, and Draven able to get away by the skin of his teeth, but Butler still on the huge advantage, double cannon wave pushing down this inhibitor. Look at that Draven trying his best to deal damage to Butler Thick, but he doesn't care. He has heals. He is just tanking it like it's a caster minion. Whew. And Butler trying to push down that Nexus Tower, but they will not get it. They instead opt to push down the mid lane and get a second inhibitor for themselves and go turn onto that Mountain Soul for the big dragon buff. Mountain Soul gives the entire team a big shield and will make them even more difficult for the Lux to pick out or the Cho'Gath to get a pick on. I just don't see a way where Adrian College is able to beat Butler after this Mountain Dragon. The team is so tanky, you know. They have so many shields, so much protection. It's a nightmare, honestly, for the side of Adrian College. There's no scaling percentage health to try to deal with this Darius or Warwick. The front line is huge. Your secondary carries in Zyra and Warwick are both activated. Your primary carries in Darius, Malzahar, and Ashe are all ahead. Butler is just firing on all cylinders, and I think this is about to be the final push. All members are grouping up in the bot lane, looking to take that final inhibitor tower. Darius pulls Cho'Gath in. Butler Thick going in with the Fear, and Maniacs burning him down with the Blade of the Rune King kiting. Butler Thick pushing forward, uses the team mat to clear out the wave. Coopstar Baron wears off, so this is a non-Baroned up team. Butler Thick going right past Draven, flashing forward, does not connect because of the Morgana Black Shield with the Fear, but still able to get the inhibitor. Triple inhib down on the side of Adrian College. All members alive. There is one more opportunity for a team fight here if you are Adrian College. Butler Thick, Zephyr hooks in the Lux. Does not kill. Zyra ulti knocks up the Cho'Gath, denies the engage. Manny X, 1, 2, 3, kites him out, gets another one, and that is Morgana being burned down. Lux ultimate kills Maniacs, but the rest of Butler is able to clean up, and Butler Thick running away with less than 1,000 HP. burning down the Cho'Gath, and that is 4 members dead for the side of Adrian College, as Butler University takes the game and takes a 2-1 record in GGLeagues. GG. I'm going to give the game MVP to... I got to give it to Butler Thick. He had gank after gank after gank, team fight after team fight, an incredible performance once again on this Warwick. Shout out to Azeroth, no deaths. Maniacs, your kiting was great. Honestly, the whole Butler team played well. This was a clean game from Butler Challengers, leading them into a positive record in GGLeagues. Thank you all for watching. That is all we have for tonight. And on the behalf of Butler Esports and everyone here, we hope you have a great day and good night.